Oh my god! These are the grapes everyone was talking about, right? Like the low poly grapes when the expansion first came out. That everyone was like freaking out over. Aha! Now I know where we are. This is the Mariel agronomics. Okay, that's where we are. Labyrinthos is host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. And it is this facility which coordinates and oversees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed. Mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. 'Tis possible they know something of the forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same or cast about for useful clues. Okay. Questioning more people. So these are the low poly grapes everyone was like memeing about. And I know they ended up like fixing them or changing something about the grapes, right? Look at those. So I think there's similar grapes in the Crystarium, but they also still look low poly. Yeah, they're 4K grapes now. Look at that. And what's with these luminescent flowers?
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Okay,
But they're more than pretty flowers. Heart blooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
So who's this talking? It's just some random dude.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true. This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Charlian at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin. To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos. Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
Onyx, I'm gonna be honest, keep it 100 with you. I got no idea what you're talking about in chat. But either way, first time chatter, welcome. Glad to have you in the stream. What brought you here? I'm curious to know what brought you here, and do you play at 14? And how do you enjoy it, I should say? I'm going through the MSQ for the first time
As
myself.
an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
So these flowers, people don't know where these flowers come from, and they're like different. They got different name and lore, no matter in all the different places. Basically, what I was been told.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Played 14 for about 8 years. God damn, so you've been around for a while.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings. Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, I started playing the game about 2 years ago with the whole like WoW player exodus that came to this game. I never played WoW. I have no intention of ever playing that game, but all the hype kind of brought me to Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm good I did, because I'm a longtime Final Fantasy fan. I've enjoyed all the callbacks and whatnot to the older games here. But yeah, I've been playing this game for about 2 years now, so I've enjoyed everything about it so far.
This is all very fascinating, but as it stands, we failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenville's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly.
Is this the lift? The big old lift being used?
Isn't that the entrance to the Archaeum?
Oh, there's Erenville. Okay.
Look, there. I think that's Erenville.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
I've been enjoying Endwalker so far. I mean, we're still in like the very beginning of it. We're like the splitting quest line right now, so we're still very early into it. But I've enjoyed it so far. It's a lot more, I don't know, laid back in comparison to like Shadowbringers, for something where it was a very, very, very much like immediate threat and something to take care of. This is a lot more just kind of chill, and I think that's good. I need a bit more of a chill expansion after everything that I just went through with Shadowbringers, like emotionally.
Erenville receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep playing all the MSQ on stream.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Yep, so all the MSQ I'm doing on stream, so of course, if you want to just, I don't know, join me for my MSQ journey, you're always welcome to stick around and follow if you're not.
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenville's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
Has Carlos been looking at the flowers this whole time?
Cryo?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
I'm glad you agree.
So something is very much, obviously, up with Kryl, but...
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
can almost reach you.
Now this is getting a bit more interesting. For the past while, it's just been figuring out what the hell the forum wants to do, but now Kryl here is acting all... Okay then. Is Kryl still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Erenville is headed westwards along the path outside the Archaeon. Come, we can still catch him. There they go. All right, let's help out our mount get going as well. Okay. Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is a Logisticon Beta, one of Labyrinthos' climate control centers. It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the forum, it would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we'd happen to find Erenville in the company of said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to wait. We shall have to remain undetected. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there's another way of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. Goodness. She turns into frogs. Yeah, she turns into frogs. Unaccustomed to transfiguration, were we not? It will wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel the magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me. In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of a predator as you would learn anything of note. Which reminds me, where are the creatures hereabouts? Where are the creatures hereabouts? In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Change it to a toad. Remain. Okay. Alright. Frog gameplay. Let's do this. Ribbit. Alpha Toad and Alley Toad are now accompanying you. Okay, this is... I love this already. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's go, my brothers. Let's go.
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
Okay, I'm thinking I'm
I
right
can
so
say
far.
no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the Forum.
Okay. So I do get the feeling that, yeah.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full. While I do have my reservations about the Forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart. Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Okay, so he does know we're the frogs. Okay.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
That's funny. I like him. That's a good like minor small NPC. Definitely biased in no way to the fact that he's also a Vieira. I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived, yet he seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty, the forum agent mentioned. Charlotte has been called to action, and the Telophros's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever charge it is they hope to fulfill, they deem it of sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. God of Sorts. Ooh. Big discussion going on, we might see. What duty could warrant the direct involvement of the Forum in the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just heard, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanation. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we'll learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Kral for the moment, see what they think of this. Okay. I gotta get the Aether Current first, so let me do that real quick before I go back to them. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville, then? It's a cool looking place. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply a confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We should share this with Krile, then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Assuming we find her back at the farm, she was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decides to wander. Alright, off to find Krile then. By the flowers, I'm gonna assume, maybe. Somewhere in the farm. Alright. Found her. So what is up with these flowers?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting. She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Oh yeah, Kryle's echo lets her, like, communicate with nature, right?
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Whoa, okay.
Thank you. Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Okay, this has gotten interesting.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the ethereal sea, the place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Minfilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play, though that will depend on you. Take the flower, walk free, for you are free, to go where you wish, to believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out.
So that's what it was. So why was it only her? Is because, like, she has an echo as well? That may just be why it was only her and no one else. But why not me? I don't know.
Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread. Imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious! We've done nothing wrong!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something bad is happening. Oh, it's the dad.
Master Fortuno, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian.
I see. So that, yeah, that bitch at
A
the
group
lift was in
the
it.
auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact. With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion. And we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What then is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
Grah! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
So he was snooping around.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
So, heading back. This is probably the
Silence is
conclusion.
often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse.
So this is probably the ending of this like splitting quest line. So we gotta deal with Thancred and Urianger afterwards when we get back.
But
Do their quest line.
This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
All right. So that's it for this area for now. So we're pretty much just going to court. Oh, she's not wearing her hood anymore. She took the hood off.
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
Yeah, what did he find? He found something.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings. Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work. They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large. Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
Goddamn, Kryle spitting facts. Shut that bitch up.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a Forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Then it seems your findings support my own. The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policy-making process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society. And once upon a time, I might have left it at that. These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd. From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted. No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives. Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the ethereal sea.
Okay.
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
The fuck?
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore.
Just being force choked or something? What happened?
Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle? We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then. But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall.
until our last breath.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortuner.
Yeah, said the trailer thing.
I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me. So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Oh shit, okay, wow. Ooh.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same.
True and real.
Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? Now, if we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
Damn, holy, what a Giga Chad that guy is.
Order! We will have order! Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldessian are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand. I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed. Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
Damn. Well, that's how democracy works. We gotta listen to the rules. Shit, they voted.
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Alright, so from what I gathered, we can still chill here, but we kinda can't just like poke around. God damn. So I guess that probably wraps up all the stuff we have to do for that part of the quest line. So I guess we talk to Stoll and turn it in. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. Their endless investigations have not been in vain. Excuse me. We now know what this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Charlian. Yeah. Estate visitor. So we're going back home, or back to the big house. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that is in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague with this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may, his father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family. Alphinaud, Alize, it is you. When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came as swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Mother? Oh shit! Oh! Mom! Oh wow, that's cool. Goddamn, the whole family. You get to meet the whole family. That's cool. Emilien's Leveilleur, at your service. And you fine people must be the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Just looking at each other. Mother, please, we don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches father that you were here... Oh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking to my own children? I'm well aware that you and Master Fortunel were not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go visit your home. We'll be back at the Annex when you're ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Masumi, what do you think? Masumi? The Masumi? What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you will join us. Alright, spending time with the mom. We must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you joining our hospitality, the servants will be made to suffer the consequences. Masumi, if you would be so kind to escort my children to the estate. And then she was gone, and with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed, the matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Now we're gonna spend time with their mom. Just the complete opposite of their dad. Just doesn't care. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I am glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. What say you, Masumi? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Fine, if we're going, let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. I mean, God, never mind. Leveilleur estate is that way, straight down the stairs. Come on. Okay, they joined me again. Let's go. Oh, this is cool. This is nice. This is, I don't know, cute. And here you are at last. Please do come in. Cutscene.
Welcome home, my lady.
It's a cool place.
What? What are you gawping at?
Scion head. I'm gonna mention the old headquarters.
I'll have you know I'm quite fond of the Rising Stones.
Lord Fortuneau is not to hear of this visit. And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Master Alphino, Mistress Alice, if you'd accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna wait in the lobby. I wanna like explore the house a bit.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of the letters Alphino sent would have mentioned going to another world.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations. Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name. It is plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
Okay. No, I guess I'm literally just telling her about stuff just off camera. Okay. This is cool though. We had to meet the whole family. Oh, ooh.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
New outfit.
Mother,
This is the outfit from the trailer.
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphino.
Oh yeah, so it was not identical clothing.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become. See for yourself.
Nice, new outfits. Look at that. Goddamn.
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
Yeah, he's such a nerd.
If you'd allow me, Master Alphino.
He still is like a nerd and a redditor at heart. Even after everything in A Realm Reborn. Oh shit, Sage stuff. Job change.
Wait, are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father. Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless. Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now. And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Leveilleur commissioned artistry.
The wink. Oh, like a jobstone.
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master, but someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
We will, Mother. I promise.
God damn it, that's cool. I like the sage.
My final gifts
Job
to
change.
you before you run off are an observation and a suggestion. Firstly, Fortuneau has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
This has been nice. But yeah, I've enjoyed this so far. Spending time with the family, learning a lot about all the characters I feel. It's just cool meeting the family. I really like this. Sure, the wandering around, it was boring, talking to the NPCs and whatnot, but this end, like the end of this kind of like a little part here was nice. I liked it. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her, and I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief, for now. However, it will have to suffice, as will these tokens of home that we carry with us, these gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let's return to the annex and rejoin our companions. Yeah, let's go back. And I'm assuming this probably will be the end of this little splitting quest line. So we're gonna have to do Thancred's now. See where that takes us. Get to go in, enjoy the Final Fantasy V music. It's always just great. Enjoy your time with the Leveilleurs, I hope. I would ask how the twins fared, but with their new outfits tell the tale. I only hope we can help them reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge ever closer to the secret of the Forum strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Hydaelyn is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once you've scouted out the situation in Thavnir, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Cool. All right. Yeah. Hey, look at that, level 81. Nice. Yeah, we did it. All right. So that's that little splitting quest on the Quile done. We got Thancred to do. However, I do need to go to the washroom, and I'm getting hungry, so I'll use the washroom. I will eat with you guys, and we kind of just take like 10 minutes to kind of just chillax a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'll be right back. I want to get myself some some food, use the washroom. I'll play a quick 1-minute ad, and then we kind of just talk for a bit and how we're just enjoying our day so far. So give me a sec.